Here's an example of working with an ArcMap template. First we'll launch ArcGIS. When the program opens, you should see an opening window like this, and under your My Templates section you should find your map template. Click on that and hit open. You give it just a second and you should have your any base maps that you have in the template should load. You'll need to make sure that you're connected to the internet before you open ArcMap to be sure everything will load if you are using some of the ESRI online base maps. Okay, at this point what we're going to do is we're going to zoom into our area of interest. So I'm just going to take the one of the zoom tools, and I'm just going to zoom until I find the area I'm interested in. Okay, at this point I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this project because I don't want to save on top of my template. So I'm going to go to the File menu and I'm going to go to Save, and I'm going to navigate on my computer to the location where my GIS data is stored. And I recommend that you put that under C, GIS data. Okay, and I prefer to create a new folder for every project that I create to hold all of the layers associated with that project. So once I'm inside the GIS data folder, I'm going to come over and I'm going to find the Create New Folder button, and I'm going to click it. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to open that folder. And then down here on the file name, I'm just going to type in the name of my project. I'm going to hit Save. At this point you should see at the top of the screen, you should see your new track name showing up, and be assured that you're not going to mess up your map template. Okay. Also at this point what you may want to do is to go ahead and add some other base map layers. So I'm going to come in here and do an Add Base Map, and this time I'm going to grab the world imagery. So I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to hit OK. And we'll give that a second to load. And notice down here at the bottom when you see the globe spinning, just hands off, just wait for that layer to load. Okay, the reason I'm not seeing my world imagery is because my street map is on top of it. So if I uncheck that, I can see the world imagery below it. Okay, so I'm going to just zoom in a little bit more. Okay, and one thing that you'll notice is that the images may change depending on the level you're zoomed into. So right now I'm at about 4200. Once I zoom into about 3000 or less, you should see this image change to probably a higher resolution image. Okay, in this case this image is a little bit older, but it is higher res. Okay. Alright, at this point, let's say I'm ready to start digitizing, and I'm just going to digitize this piece of pine plantation right here. Okay, so I need to get a layer on my map that I can work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to Arc Catalog. Okay, just a couple of buttons to the right of where you enter your scale, and I'm going to launch Catalog. And underneath Folder Connections, you should already be connected to your CGIS data folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to come down to the folder that I created that holds the map project. I'm going to make sure that's expanded, and then I'm going to come up to my Shapefile Templates folder. Okay, and I'm going to select the stands, or I can select the roads or the tracks also if you want to, but just to make it simple, I'm just going to choose one to begin with. I'm going to right click on the stands layer, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste that. I'm going to select the DY track, and I'm going to paste that layer in there. Now remember, on the shapefile templates, these are blank shapefiles. They've already got the attribute table set up and the coordinate system defined, but they have no points, lines, or polygons in them. So this is a blank template. or blank shapefile templates, and I'm just going to copy over, or just for the example, I'll just copy over all 3 of these. Okay. Alright, so now that I've got some layers available, there's 2 ways that you can load the shapefiles into your map project. Okay, either you can click and you can drag and drop as such. You can do that, or you can come up here to the Add Data button and just simply add data, and then navigate to the folder where those shapefiles are stored. And I'm just going to grab the stands just for this example, and I'm going to close out of the catalog window over here so it will give me more space on the map to work with. Okay. Alright, now that I've got the stands layer in the table of contents, that I made sure that it's on top of the other base map layers, to start editing, I'm going to right click and I'm going to come down to Edit Features, Start Editing. Okay, now I need to, before I'm able to digitize, I'm going to have to turn on the map template to turn on the polygon creation tool. So the last button on the editor toolbar, okay, is the Create Features. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on Stands right here, or whichever layer you were wanting to edit. And I'm going to move the Construction Tools window up a little bit, and I'm going to grab the Polygon tool. Okay, and you'll notice that whenever I move the cursor onto my map screen, you'll notice that the cursor changes right here. Alright, so now I'm ready to start editing. I may change my scale up here to 1 to 2000, because I recommend that you, when you're digitizing, at least be zoomed into 1 to 2000. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to start digitizing right here. I'll put down a vertex. I'll use the arrow keys on my keyboard to pan the map for me. That just prevents me from having to pick up the mouse or change the function of the mouse. Okay, notice right here that maybe I've got that vertex in the wrong spot. If you'll take your mouse and hover over that last vertex that was bad, if you'll hover over it and then right click, you got the option to delete a vertex. Okay, so I'm just going to rough this in. If this was a real project, I'd probably take a little more time. Okay, when you get back to the point of beginning, or close to the point of beginning, you can close the sketch by doing one of two. You can do it 2 ways. Either you can double click, or you can right click and choose Finish Sketch, and that's what I'm going to do right there. Okay, I'm going to close out of the Create Features window. If you do want to create other new features, what you can do is just unselect over here using the Clear Selected Features, and then my cursor is still set up for polygon, and I could come over here and begin digitizing another stand if you wanted to. Okay, I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to delete that sketch. Okay, all right. So I'm going to close out of the Create Features window right here. Now, if there's maybe some vertices on this particular drawing that you want to edit, you can come over to the Edit Vertices, and you'll need to, as it reminded me here, you'll need to select the polygon that you want to edit. So you'll grab the Edit tool and click on the feature you want to edit, and you can grab the Edit Vertices, and it will display the vertex, well, every vertex on the polygon. So if you want to delete one, you can just simply hover your cursor on top of it. You'll notice how the mouse is going to change as I approach that vertex, and you'll notice when it's the little square on top of it, I can right click and I can delete vertex. Okay, if you want to update that change, you can just click off the polygon and you'll see that it will it'll move it and adjust it. Alright, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do one other example of edit vertex. Let's say that I want to move a vertex. Let's say I want to move this one in. If you just highlight the or let the cursor snap to that vertex, left click on it and drag it. You can drag it anywhere you like, and it will move it for you. Okay. Another thing you may notice is, or maybe you need a new vertex in here. You need to add one. So what you can do is you can get your mouse on top of the edit sketch right there, and you can right click and insert vertex, and it will put one in there for you, and then you could move that anywhere you like. Okay, and click off when you're done. To save your edits, what I like to do is once I've got a feature mapped the way that I want it, I'll save my edits, and to stop editing we'll simply go to edit, stop editing. If you want to go to the layout view now to maybe print a map, you can come down here and click the layout view button at the bottom. You can also go to view and go to layout view there as well. Okay, and you should see the what you had on the map displayed on the layout shortly. Okay, and you can zoom out. I'm going to zoom out to 1 to 7920, which is 1 to 10 chains. And if you want to adjust the map title, you can do so, and you can move that around anywhere you like. And when you're ready to print, you can go to File, Print. Or if you want to export this out, you can also export, and you can export to a PDF. And when you do that, you can email someone the map easily, and most people have some type of PDF writer on their, or viewer on their machine. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Hope this helps.